All right, hello. Welcome to The Art of Siege, a series where I give you tips and tricks on how to improve in Rainbow Six Siege so you can be the best Siege player that you can be. Today we're going to be covering the top five mistakes I think most players make in Siege. Without further ado, I think we should jump right into it. So, mistake number one is overpeaking or overaggressing. So, what do I mean by that? So when people get two or more picks, right, at the start of the rounds, they get really cocky and start peeking angles and getting really aggressive. There's really isn't no, like there isn't a reason you should do that, right? It's a 5v3 situation. You're almost guaranteed to win this round if you play it smart. So how do you play it smart, right? Drone, break walls and hatches, and clear corners. Like, just play it slow, play it smart. There is no reason you should be running and gunning in a 5v3, right? Expect the defenders to actually be the ones that are aggressive, right? They're the people with two men down. They have to even out the odds. So they will come to you. Don't come to them. There's no reason to. So as a defender, you have an advantage just inherently, right? Even in like a 5v5 situation, you still have an advantage. So even like so if you're in a 5v3 situation as a defender, there really isn't a situation where you should be peeking and being aggressive. I think the opposite is true, right? If you're men up, you should be holding passive angles and waiting for the opponents to come to you, right? I mean, if you're an attacker, then it's 1 minute on the clock. Then you might want to push up. But as a defender, you always want to be like holding really passive angles. If you're people down, you should be aggressive, right? As defenders or as attackers with like in a 3v5 situation, you have to be pushing and trying to even out the odds. Yeah, just basically don't peek or be over aggressive if there's no reason for that. This tip number one. Tip number two, droning. People get droning really wrong, especially in the lower ranks. So drones are really quiet, actually. Drone jumping is what's loud and alerts defenders to a drone's position. So if a defender hears or sees your drones, they will A, shoot it, and B, move. So after like the middle of the round, you shouldn't be droning because it will just alert defenders about. I mean, you just broadcast them that you're looking for them or that you've already found them, and they will move or shoot your drones if they like hear them or see them, right? So I would treat your drones after the middle of the round as like stationary cameras and just stop moving them. Also, defenders will know that there's an attacker where a drone came from. Say like a drone's rolling down the hallway, they will kill a drone and maybe reposition a little bit and continue watching the hallway because there's most likely attackers going to push it down. So also, if you're dead, make sure you're watching drones. That's kind of like a rule of siege. All right. Tip number three: make sure you're picking the right ops. Right. What do I mean by the right ops? On attack, you want to be picking hard breach and Thatcher if available, or like IQ or Cali if Thatcher's banned, which is going to be there. Like Thatcher's going to be banned 99% of the time. Let's be honest. Um, if you're on defense, bring smoke or another anchor, info ops such as Valkyrie, Echo, or Maestro, and Bandit or Kaid. Right, this is a pretty self-explanatory. Like, you kind of just need those operators to be successful in the rounds. So if you don't have any hard breach, for example, you'll all flood into one or two doors or windows, and the defender's going to just hold those one or two doors. The defender's going to know which one or two doors you're going to flood through if they know you're not going to have a hard breach. So they're just going to hold them, and they're just going to gun you down, right? If you don't bring shotguns or impacts on defense, you're also going to be funneling through one or two doors, and attackers are also going to just hold those one or two doors and gun you down, right? So it's just thinking about the utility and the ops that you bring and thinking about maybe what you're missing or what your team needs to be more successful, right? I believe if you like give it like 30 seconds thought every round, not a lot at all, you'll start bringing way better utility and like operators to issue your rounds. I just want you to put that in your mind, basically. So tip number four is not using your mic. I mean, if you have a mic, why are you using it? Like there really isn't a reason you shouldn't like why you bought a mic. Why do you have it? Come on, man. Just talk. If you're shy or don't know what to say, I think in the band face, just ask what's up. People will respond, and most of them won't be toxic. And if they are, just mute them. It's like the best way to get people talking and or figure out who's toxic. And after people respond to what's up, like with hey or like I'm good, how about you, right? They'll feel free to talk throughout the round more. I guarantee it. I like want you if you don't talk during R6 games, I want you to try it. It will make your life so much easier. All right, fifth and final tip is lone wolfing. What do I mean by lone wolfing? Is basically when people do things on their own. That's not inherently bad. I think if you're like roam clearing or roaming, I mean, you have to be doing that alone. There's really no reason why you should doing it in pairs. Actually, roam clearing I would do in pairs, just in case one of you does die, do die. I don't know grammar. So say you're like Kavera, right? You want to roam. I would call out to my team where I'm going to be roaming so they understand what I'm going to be covering and like what I'm going to be doing. So if say I'm on like bank or whatever, right? As you see in the clip here. I would say like I'm going to be roaming in basement, right? And then at 1 minute I'll rotate up back to site. So then my teammates can formulate their decisions around that knowledge. If with if attack you're like pick the jackal because for some reason he's not banned, right? And you want to like clear second floor on bank, I'd call it to my team like I'm gonna clear second floor. I don't need anyone to come with me, and I'm gonna like push down to you guys once I'm done. That just lets your teammates know what you're doing, and if you die, they know where you died, like what you were doing, and there's really no questions about it, right? But really, you should be doing things in pairs within reason. So that you can refrag each other. Right. That's about it, guys. Like, subscribe, comment your favorite tip or trick that you learned today. Comment questions. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See you.